when I was at home, my family and I tried a couple of things like biotin or like the Hair Max laser comb, but family was like, you need to get actually full head back. So here at QHT in 2024 January, so we decided to go with QHT for several reasons actually. She was super helpful. She answered all the questions promptly. And one thing that was really important for us was actually getting, hand-to-hand service. So the one thing that's really good for QHT's technique, like I mentioned earlier, is because they're doing this in such a fast manner, the extraction and the implantation, the survival rate for each follicle is around 95 to 98%. So that's amazing. And the one more thing that really stood out was that there was literally like 0.1% pain. Anytime there was anything that was causing me pain, doctors were super fast and up to date to making sure I get the local anesthesia. So really, I felt almost none of it. So no pain, no swelling, thank God, at least not until now. That make sure you do your research, make sure you ask a lot of questions. People at QHT are actually very accommodating and they want to be asked questions. So whenever you do ask them, they'll give you a very thorough response. There's also multiple numbers that you can contact them. There's also multiple phone calls that you can do with them. Alright everyone, so now we are here in Haridwar and it has been a super long journey, 30-ish hours. We started from Chicago, Illinois in the US to Istanbul, Turkey. We had a layover and then landed in Delhi. And now QHT provided us with a taxi, so we came from the Delhi airport all the way to Haridwar, and now we just are checking in. And after the check-in is done, we'll be doing some sightseeing, going to Haridwar, Ganga Aarti, and all the fun stuff, and then finally connecting with the doctor. Alright, so now we have done getting freshened up, the shower, everything is done, the lunch was amazing here at the hotel, and now next stop is Har Ki Pauri, Ganga Aarti at around 6ish. Currently it's 4:30, so we still got some time. After the Aarti, we'll get the blessings for tomorrow's surgery. Right here, we are here at Har Ki Pauri. It's 6 o'clock. The Ganga Aarti just ended. It's truly a blessing and getting goosebumps just attending the Aarti. The first day for Haridwar is done. Tomorrow is the starting of the procedure. I will let you guys know how that goes. Stay tuned for more updates. Hey everyone, Asutosh Patel here. I'm from Chicago, US. Came here with my family. I've been experiencing baldness since my mid-20s. I'm currently 29, so it's been about 4 to 5 years. And when I was at home, my family and I tried a couple of things like biotin or like the Hair Max laser comb, but family was like, you need to get actually full head back. So here at QHT in 2024 January, and excited for the procedure. So we decided to go with QHT for several reasons actually. So I'm originally from Gujarat, but we were researching lots of clinics in Delhi, in Rajasthan, in Gujarat. And Haridwar was actually not on our agenda at all. But when we were talking with people, who was our consultant and one-on-one coordinator at QHT, she was super helpful. She answered all the questions promptly. And one thing that was really important for us was actually getting, hand-to-hand service. So picking us up from the airport to dropping us off, even the stay and everything is accommodated for. So that really lifted the burden from our shoulders so that we didn't need to do that much decision making. So QHD really delivered on that, and but hoping to keep you guys updated. So when I initially started getting in touch with folks from QHT, they quoted about 5,500 grafts for majority, if not all of the area, including the crown and the hairline itself. The procedure would take 2 days. Day 1 is when they make the slits, and then day 2 is the implantation. And everything was super smooth in terms of coordination. Again, like I mentioned, they're always available. So whether it's through WhatsApp text messages or even calls, they're very prompt in replies. Even booking the reservation was very seamless. It was easy, and that was on top of things. So like I mentioned, I started experiencing baldness in my early to mid 20s, and it was actually my father who was helping with whether it's like hair trimming or like hairstyling, and he noticed it first. And we have actually a generational thing where he's also experienced baldness, but not as early as I did. He experienced it in like mid 30s, whereas for me it was like 15 years sooner than he was. And it was initially in the crown area where I started experiencing it, and then it started getting bigger. Again, it's been this way for some years now. It's stabilized. If anything, like I mentioned, the laser hair comb really helped to get the hair quality better and get the volume a little bit back. So the thing that stood out for QHC's technique over the other clinics that we researched is the extraction and the implantation happens very, very quickly. At other clinics, it takes, again, the whole procedure is 10 hours. So they may do all the extraction first and then do all the implantation. The issue with that is that if the hair is left outside of the body for a long time, then its survival rate goes down really fast. So what they do here at QHD is they actually extract and implant right after. So the hair is outside of the body for like an hour or even less than that, like a couple of minutes sometimes even. So that's why we picked QHD for that higher survival rate. So the one thing that's really good for QHT's technique, like I mentioned earlier, is because they're doing this in such a fast manner, the extraction and the implantation, the survival rate for each follicle is around 95 to 98%. So that's amazing. So right now, there is a lot of questions in my head. How long will the surgery take? Is it 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours? I'm a little bit, worried around the pain area and the swelling. I've heard that some people swell up a lot, some people don't. Also going to ask doctors on the instruments, what kind of hygiene we use here at the clinic. And one thing that's also on my mind is, how will the before and after look like? Like, will we be covering the entire head or we won't? I also have good amount of density like on the body hair. Will we use that or not? How creative the doctor will get, and how long will the procedure take? Because heard a lot of beautiful things about Haridwar, especially Haridwar and Rishikesh. So planning to stay here a little bit longer after the procedure. So that's something else on my mind. Like, how big is the timeline? Is it a short recovery and a short surgery, or is it going to be longer? So excited, and also we'll be asking doctor a lot of questions. Right, so now moving on to the surgery and consultation with the doctor. I'll keep you guys updated. Stay in touch with the video.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.
everyone, this was day 2 of the surgery. The procedure all in all lasted about 10 hours. The staff has been amazingly supportive and energetic. We did the extraction and the implantation. Majority of it is done. We'll just be doing final finishing touches with the beard hair and the crown area tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes, but so far the whole team has been super nice and cooperative, and the one thing that really stood out to me was that everyone had a patient-centered care approach to it. So everyone was empathetic, making sure that I'm fine. If I'm getting hungry or thirsty, people were checking up on me. So we'd just like to give a shout out to the team. Thank you. And the one more thing that really stood out was that there was literally like 0.1% pain. Anytime there was anything that was causing me pain, doctors were super fast and up to date to making sure I get the local anesthesia. So really, I felt almost none of it. All right, everyone. So now I'm outside of the OT. The whole procedure is done with QHT, and I'll meet you all at the photo shoot where I'll tell you in detail everything around the whole journey. See you there. All right, so we are done with the whole surgery. Everything from slitting to extraction and implantation, all of that is completed. We had about 5,500 grafts. Most of them were taken from the donor area on the head. Some of them were taken from the beard. It was super smooth. There's a lot that I want to tell you when we'll be covering the journey. I'll go in detail about how all of that went. The surgery itself took a couple of days. There was one day for slitting, another day for majority of the implants, and then we left the last day mainly concentrating on the beard. So the doctors really wanted to make sure that they took their time, and they did a great job at it. So it was very paced procedure. It was not like a quick in and out, which is actually a good thing, I would say. So that's how the procedure went. The doctor explained the medication and all, and now we're just going to be wrapping things up. But the procedure is finally complete. So all in all, I would say we took about 5,500 grafts. Most of them came from the donor area, from both of the sides and underneath like the neck. There were about 500 to 700 that came from the beard, and the area that we covered was above the temple, so not the temples themselves, but above it, and majority of the vertex area. We also covered majority of the crown, not completely, but I would say good 80-85% of the crown is covered as well with this whole surgery. And one more thing before I forget, which is the doctor explained the post care, which is super important, I would say. There's medication we need to take care of. There's a cream that makes sure that the donor area and the beards are not getting infected. There's also like sunlight radiation, light radiation that we need to be taken care of, as well as things like, you know, what kind of shower do we take? Do we take strains or not? Is there any like food dietary restrictions or not? So all of that was explained as well. So in terms of swelling and pain, that was actually one of my biggest concerns. So there was no swellings, thank God. I already had majority of my hair grafts implanted yesterday. I will say to everyone who is thinking and researching about doing hair transplant, that make sure you do your research, make sure you ask a lot of questions. People at QHT are actually very accommodating, and they want to be asked questions. So whenever you do ask them, they'll give you a very thorough response. There's also multiple numbers that you can contact them. There's also multiple phone calls that you can do with them. So ask questions. I will say that I did not get the swelling because I took the care to make sure I sleep at an incline level, which is also something that the QHT staff told me about. There was also no pain. In fact, majority of the time I was sleeping. I was knocked out. And I must say, if you're traveling from afar, like from a foreign country, and you have like a 30-hour flight, you will in fact get the best sleep while they're doing the procedure, because the anesthesia is very nice. So really, like when I woke up, I was rejuvenated. So no pain, no swelling, thank God, at least not until now. I'll keep you guys updated second day, third day on, you know, do I develop swelling then or not? But right now, no swelling at all, no pain. And there's a lot of antibiotics and painkillers that they give as well. So just make sure that you keep on actively taking them. And yeah, that's what I would say. In terms of tips right? The second part that I also wanted to discuss were tips and recommendations. So it's not like everything is just rainbows and sunshines. It's not like everything is unicorn. Life is not perfect. Things are not perfect, like whether it's relations, whether it's a job, nothing that is monumental is perfect. Same goes with a hair transplant. Hair transplant is not a small procedure. It is a big procedure. It requires effort, not just from the doctor, but from you as well. So make sure you do your research, and things that did not go like 100% according to my plan. I also want to be very, very, very honest with you. I want to be transparent with you because you're taking the time to view this video. So what are the things that did not go as well as planned? Not necessarily bad, but we always have like a golden scenario, silver scenario, bronze scenario, right? So for example, one thing that did not go as planned, I expected 3 days, 1 day check-in, 2nd day surgery, 3rd day removal of the bandage. But actually it took 5 days. Is it a bad thing? For me, no, because the best experience I had was actually at the Ganga Aarti, which was the 1st day. So that actually prolonged the procedure. The second thing is the procedure took 2 days instead of 1. Was that a bad thing? I would say again, no for me, because I wanted to make sure that the doctor put in their effort, their attention, and dedicated continuous monitoring, which is something that the QHT staff did really well. So again, if you're coming from afar, don't just come for 3 days. Make sure you have a buffer time of at least 5 to 7 days. Something else that I feel a lot of people from abroad or from outside of Haridwar, they keep researching is the name of the doctor. Because the way QHT works, it's like a tech company. Like if you go at Google or Facebook, you will see pods, and pods have SMEs, which is subject matter experts. At the QHT is the same thing. We have a team of doctors that do just extractions. We have a team of doctors that do just the slitting. We have a team of doctors that do the implantation. So make sure you do the research. Make sure you ask these kinds of questions, right? And again, not to like broadcast too much, but we ended up taking the highest expensive package because I did not want the headache of coming from afar and getting lost, getting confused, having to worry about taxis and hotels and things like that. So at QHT, they promised 2 nights of stay. But again, since it took 5 days of surgery, we ended up overbooking the hotel for 3 or 4 days. QHT was able to help out with that as well to make sure that the stay got extended because the hotel was overbooked on their part. So do the research, talk to QHT, and make sure you have buffer time. So again, these are my tips. This is my experience. I hope this was helpful.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.